I'm going to share with you a card making the Irresistible Blooms, but what I want to share with you guys more than anything, the new catalog will go live for demonstrators. We'll see the new catalog on March the 29th at 1 p.m. And probably at that time, they will also post the retiring list. So exciting time. So we'll get to see what carries over and what's going to retire, etc., etc., etc. So let me go over. So this is the Irresistible Blooms designer series paper, and the one thing I want to mention about this, if you look on the back, and the colors that are in here are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Soft Sea Foam, and Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. So there is going to be a color revamp this year, and they're bringing back Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, which were two colors from a previous catalog. So this is one pattern, that's the other. I'm not going to be using the designer series paper today, but I wanted to share it with you. And this is one pattern, that's the other. This looks very similar to this pattern, but it is different. This one has more yellow in it. Here's one pattern, there's another. Here's one pattern, there's another. Here's one pattern, there's another. Here's one, and there's another. Love this. Like, this reminds me of like a starry, like a sky that's a stormy sky. That's what I wanted to say. And here is one pattern, and there is the other. There's one pattern, the other. It's hard to see that one. This one I love. One pattern, and there's the back. You know, this alone would make a beautiful card front. And then if you take your wing, this is my go-to thing, take your Wink of Stella and color in the leaves. It would be really, really pretty. Here's one pattern, and there's the back. And while I've got this out, oh shoot, Elizabeth, oh, there it is. I'm going to show you the dies, but the dies do coordinate and do cut out some of the patterns. This is another one, and there it is. This one, I can see little fireflies in amongst here. I think that would be really pretty. And then here is the last pattern, and there's the back. So that's a designer series paper. Oh, Ellen, hey, Ellen, thanks for joining in. Okay, so that's the designer series paper. So I should back up and say this is the Irresistible Blooms, and this is not in a catalog. This is an online exclusive. It does not mean that you have to order it online. If you're interested in it, you can let me know. But there are certain items that they're bringing in that are just online, available online. They're not going to appear in any catalog. Depending on the popularity, it's something that they could continue carrying. If it's not popular, this is my take on it, that it may, once the supply is gone, it may be gone. But when you look at the online store, if you see a product and it says unavailable, like a kit or one of the online exclusives, if you see it and it says unavailable, that means it's coming back in. That doesn't mean that, so keep your eye on it, and it will come back in and it will become orderable again. So if you see something and or if you see something and then you go back and it's no longer there, that means it's come and it's gone. But if it says unavailable, that means it's coming back in. All right, so that's the designer series paper. These are the dies. Oh, and I actually, some of the dies I have, and there's this die here, and we're going to be using this die today. And we've got this sort of circle die that has sort of strings to it. I'm thinking maybe it would even be a really good die for Christmas, and you could put red berries into where the holes are. It's just a thought. And then we've got a large bloom and we've got a small bloom that die cut out the stamps that I'm going to show you. And then we've got 3 standalone leaves, and then these two cut out the stamps. And this does not, this might, and this does not. So let me bring you this, show you the stamps. So here's the stamps: Irresistible Blooms, I like you, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend, hooray, it's your day, hello, thank you. And then these are the dies, and this one will die cut out that. This one die cuts out that. And this one die cuts out the 2 leaf. This one die cuts out the 3 leaf. And I'm guessing that this little one here, this Wien, die cuts out this one here, like that. So that's the coordination, and then these are all standalone dies. So what we're going to use today, we're going to be using 2 of these. We're going to be using the Splatter and Hello, and I'm going to die cut out these 3 leaves, and I'm also going to be using this string here. I don't know what else to call it. I thought I would be brilliant and use the adhesive sheets to die cut these out. What a pain, I will admit. To me, this one is a lot easier to die cut out without using the adhesive sheets. And then where these holes are, it die cuts them out solid, and just put like dot 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 of adhesive. It was a pain because you're pulling off the adhesive sheets in between all of these various strings, and it was just getting stuck on everything. To me, it just wasn't worth it. It was really stressful. Okay, and then last but not least are the loose frosted dots. And these are the dots. And they are not adhesive backed, just so you know. So that's the Irresistible Blooms bundle. And so what we're going to be making today, I'm not even going to be using the designer series paper, guys. This is the card we're going to be making. And I don't own, because silly me, I got rid of my Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. Is that what the 2 colors are? I got rid of those stamp pads because I wasn't thinking. So let's see, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Yeah. So I don't have those stamp pads, and I really wanted to use, I think it's Pretty Peacock, which is this color here. And so I used, what did I use? I used the Starry Sky. It doesn't match, but I think it gives it a nice pop of color. And so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. So, okay, so this is a soft succulent because I have a brain burp. I've got to get my mind back into card making. I took well, obviously I took last weekend off, and I'm paying for it now because I'm forgetting everything. So it's soft succulent, and it is standard 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then you'll see I didn't use any designer series paper here, guys. And then the top layer is 5 1/4 by 4. And all right, so that's the inside 5 1/4 by 4. And then I am going to use soft sea foam, which I really love this color. I hope it sticks around. Soft sea foam, and I'm going to use this long string, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to die cut that. And I'm also going to die cut out these 3 standalone leaves. And I can, look at that, I can put them right on there. And let's just do that now and get this over with. And look at, guys, I have new plates. New plates, new plates. So guess what I'm doing on Saturday? I don't think any of you will ever guess what I'm doing on Saturday. And I'm just doing a looky-see, but I'm going to look at a house. I know, I know, I know, I know. Something popped up on my feed that intrigued me, and I asked I keep saying travel agent, the real estate agent about it. And I'm going to go on Saturday morning to see it. but it's just testing the waters. It's because it's not close. It's between Hamilton and Niagara Falls. And I'm not ready to retire, and I don't want to do the commute, but I found a house that the type of house that I'm looking for. I didn't know they existed. So I'm going to go take a look. I'm tired of shoveling snow, cutting grass, etc., etc. So that's where my mind is these days. Okay, so I've die cut those out, and I will show you those in a second. But here is the large stamp, and I'm going to stamp 2 in black memento. And I don't know if you can see it here, but I have die cut one out, and then I die cut a second one out, and I actually trimmed it and curled it up so that it's got a little bit of dimension to it. So my black memento really needs to be re-inked. So that's one. And I'm just going to die cut, stamp another one like that. You can see my black memento needs to be inked. And then I'm going to bring this back, and I've got the large floral bloom. And I'm going to die cut out one of these. The other one, I'm going to fussy cut it out, so I don't need to really die cut it. So I'm just going to take the one that's the nicest. I don't know if you can see this, but I'll try and bring it into focus here. The hardest part is figuring out which way the die goes. And I think that's perfect. What do you think? I think that's perfect. Oops, it moved. Okay, I think that's okay. Shouldn't be too fussy, right? So normally I don't do the die cutting, but I thought I would share it with you. And because I always say, oh, look how quick this card is to make. But then if I do all the die cutting, you don't, it goes even faster, right? Okay. So here we've got this card, and you'll see all the splatter in the background. So I'm going to take the splatter and the soft succulent, and I'm going to stamp all over here, and I just do like random stamping. I call this, I think I've said this before, it's not, I don't think politically correct, but I call it spastic stamping. And I'm just giving it a background. You don't have to be this forceful with it. And you'll see the first one I did, I just did more of a splatter. But this time I'm going with more. That's the technical term. What? All right. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this down, and I'm going to show you what I did and why I don't think the adhesive sheets, to me, it was just a pain in the patoozle. So here's what it looks like, right? And if you have adhesive sheets and you're trying to pull this out, split it apart, and then you're trying to pull all the adhesive sheets out, it was a nuisance, a huge nuisance. And let me just I'm just going to poke out all of these. There's little pieces in between, like this. Okay, come on. All right, so there's that's what it looks like. I love it. I think it's really pretty. Now, the first time I made this card, I put this too far over to the right, and it looked terrible. So I had to take it apart and redo it. So I think what I did was 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I'm using my grid paper. Sorry. I'm using my grid paper, and I'm doing it so that I've got 3 squares over on this side and 3 squares over on this side. And then my goal is, because I want to get it as straight as possible, right? So my goal is to, oops, adhere it like that, so that it's close to the left hand side, but and not to the right hand side. I hope that makes sense. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Tombow glue, and all of these circles, I'm just going to touch it. Oh, come on. I did prime this. There we go. I'm just going to touch it, even the little ones. I know it seems kind of crazy and that the adhesive sheets would be so much easier, but I was frustrated because the adhesive, when I pulled it off, the adhesive was getting stuck on stuff, and then I couldn't get it straight. So to me, a little dab of glue will do you. And make sure you get on the little ones as well. And I'll bring this to the front, so when I'm done, so you have an idea of how much glue. I do need a little bit more glue. I primed it, but it seems to be stuck still. Oh, come on. Because if if you squeeze too much on here, then it's going to go, it's going to splay out. Or if you wanted to, you could put this on the adhesive sheet and use a dauber and put adhesive on the whole thing, right? And that way you won't get adhesive and spots. You don't want it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up and show you. I'm going to pick it up like this. So you'll see where I put adhesive on all the little dots, all the big dots and the little dots. And I put them on the little dots because I am going to trim it off at the top and bottom, and I want to make sure that it's, no matter where it is, it's secure. And so I'm going to put it like that. And I'm going to lay it down on that grid line and then bring it up and make sure that it's on the same grid line at the top. And then just press it down like that. So it's so simple. I should, next card I make with this, I should use the adhesive sheets, and you can get an idea as to the frustration. But for some people it might have worked okay, but for me it wasn't worth it. And then I'm just going to trim the top and the bottom off, and that way and I'll show you here. I didn't put adhesive on that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift it up a little bit and do it touch, 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 and on the bottom as well. And put that back down like that. Okay. I think this is such a pretty card. I love it. Alrighty, and you know what? We can mount that to the front of the card like that. And I don't know if anyone's a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but I might as well tell you while you're here that the current Paper Pumpkin, or the one that you can order up until the 10th of next month, April, has an insert that you put inside your Paper Pumpkin box that organizes the little Stampin' Spot. I am. Emily, you are a Facebook, sorry, not a Facebook, Paper Pumpkin subscriber. Yeah, me too. So you saw the insert that is going to come in the next kit. I think I got a shipping notice for what date is it? Oh, my Paper Pumpkin might be here tomorrow or Friday, because I got notification, but I never paid attention to it as to when it's actually going to arrive. All right, so there is that. And now we're going to color. We're going to color this. And, I'm going to actually fussy cut. I should have cleaned my scissors because, oh, look at the gunk on them. I'm going to fussy cut this out. And all I want is this inside piece. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. Oh, yeah, no, I can't use those scissors. I can't use them. They're full of adhesive. All right. So just going to fussy cut this out. And I'm following the bold black line for what I call the inner flower. All right, so now I'm using, what colors did I use? Where is the card? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Okay, so I started with soft sea foam. I started with soft sea foam. No, it wasn't soft sea foam. Sorry. I started with the light and dark petal pink. It wasn't dark enough for me. So then I went to pale papaya. And so I've used pale papaya, and I'm also using the light and dark Daffodil Delight. So I really don't care what the bottom flower looks like because the top one's going to go on top of the bottom one, right? So I'm going to start off with the top one, and there's like stamens, little stamens there, and I'm just going to take my Daffodil Delight, and I'm not really being particular, and I'm using the bullet end, and it's the dark because I just want to make sure it has color, and I'm just coloring in the stamen. Okay, that's it. And now I'm going to take the dark pale papaya, and I'm going to color in towards the center like that, and color like that. And then I'm going to, really don't have to be too particular about the center here because this is going to go on top, but I want to make sure that it's not seen from below. And so I'm just going to take the dark pale papaya and color in some of the edges of the flowers where it would be the darkest. And now I'm going to take the light pale papaya, and this is one of the colors that's retiring, right? And oh, and look at my bullet end. It's time it's retiring because it's seen better days. And I'm going to lightly color in. And I'm only doing that because it has seen better days and it's going to fall apart on me. And then you know what? I might bring in the, which one is this? This light petal pink. Where's the dark petal pink? Light petal pink, dark petal pink. Oh, is that what the one I had? That was petal pink. Where's the pale papaya? Dark petal pink. I don't know where pale papaya was. Light petal pink. Did I put it back? I'm talking to myself. Oh. Okay, so folks, I don't know where my pale papaya is. The light pale papaya. So I will continue using the light petal pink. I'm going to use the bullet end. I don't know where the pale papaya is. Might have fallen on the floor when I made this. You can hear you can hear it. I need new petal pink. Someone's telling me under your card, oh my gosh, look guys. Thank you. Who is that? Emily. Emily has like a she's an eagle eye. Thank you very much. Because I know this, I know I had it, but I didn't know where it was. Because I can look at my table and I see things, but then I don't see things. I don't know if you're the same way. They're right there in front of you, but you don't see them. And so I'm just using a mix of the light and dark pale papaya and the light and dark petal pink, just to give it a little bit more dimension and color. And if you wanted to, you could also take the color lifter, which I have here, and lift up some of the color if you wanted to make it lighter on the edges. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I like the centers dark, even though we're not going to see the center because the other flower will be on top of it. I just want to make it darker and see what it looks like, and then make this one darker. There we go. All right, I've done it darker than I did this one. Okay, so now this is going to get adhered like that, but I want to put down the 3 leaves first. No, I'll put the 3 leaves down after, actually, because I'll tuck those in. So this one I popped up. So I'm going to take my bone folder. Oh, there it is. I'm going to take my bone folder and just sort of curl it up a little bit. Like that. And I'm going to take dimensionals. And I'm going to put, oh, I guess 3 of them just in the center so that it is going to be stuck down in a curve. Like that. And maybe like that. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to curve this one as well. And this one, I don't want another layer. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow glue on the bottom of it. Like this. And just a little bit of Tombow. You can if you want it to pop up even more. Fill your boots, as the saying goes. Okay. That. And then I'm not happy with this Tombow glue because it's not coming out, but I have this little puddle of Tombow glue right here, which I hope not to put my hands in. Oh, but I put my flower in, or my leaf. Okay. And now I'm going to stick them like this. I think this is the top part and this is the bottom part. The first card I made after I put it together, I think I did it the wrong way around and it didn't look right. So I'm going to put that one there like that. Oops. Let me put a little bit more adhesive on there. That one there like that. And hold that down. And then this one, I think this is the bottom because the leaves are going up, right? Like that. I'll put too much adhesive there. And then this is the third one. That. Okay, I'm going to need that adhesive. Okay, now I'm going to stamp the hello, and I'm stamping it in. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I'm going to stamp it in, only because I really love the color. It doesn't really go, but Starry Sky, I really like it. And I had a blank piece of white, and I'm going to fussy cut this as well, folks. And I'm going to use hello. This is such a bright color, and I did a crappy job of stamping it, but that's okay. I'm going to cut it out. Which one do you want? I like you. Nah, thank you. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend, or hooray, it's your day. I think I'm going to use thank you. I think I'm going to use thank you. What do you guys think? Thank you? That's what I'm using. All right. Need a block big enough. Okay. And I'm going to stamp, I'm stamping this now on the inside, and then I'm going to put it aside because this is a really pigmented color and it might take a while to dry. So thank you. Like that. Ooh, I love it when you get a nice crisp color. And then while I'm at it, what should we put on the inside? I think I might put this 3 set of leaves just down here in the corner. The 3 set or the 2, maybe it's 2. Righty, and my soft succulent. Like I said, if I had, gotta flip it over. I had overshadow. Don't tell anybody. There we go. If I had like the Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock, I would have used one of those colors for this, but I did not have it. So make and do with what I had. Thank you. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put this aside like that. And I'm going to take the hello and I'm going to fussy cut this out. Everything that you wanted to see someone do was fussy cut, right? And there's the hello. See how quick that was? And I'm going to bring out my little dimensionals. And I'm going to put 3 so that it's not going to go anywhere. I know I'm excited to see the new catalog. I said to some of my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friends today, I can't wait. I hope I'm keeping my fingers crossed for an inspiring new catalog. And I'm just going to tuck this under here like that so that it sort of grounds the flower so that it's not hanging in the air. All right, so there's the hello. And then the last thing we're going to do, I'm going to take 3, oh no, I'm going to put the sentiment on the inside. 3 of the loose frosted gems. These sold out already, but they're back in stock. I'm told they're back in stock already. They're really pretty. And I found it easier to take my Tombow glue if it's popping out, like if it's coming out, and put a little dot, and a little dot where you want the gem to go. And I have my little tweezers, and I think I want a pink one. I want a big pink one, and I'm going to put it right there. Sometimes it's going to move, but there we go. That's the pink one. And I want a yellow one. No, I picked up a big yellow one, which I want a small yellow one, a medium yellow one. Maybe I'm going to put that one there. I'm just going to press it down. And then I want a pretty peacock one. I think that's pretty peacock. And I'm just going to put that right there. I think this is so pretty. I love it. I wasn't going to get this set, guys. I'm being honest with you. I was not going to get it. But then I saw the gems and I saw cards made with it. And you know how it goes. Thank you. And this is going to go on the inside. Oh, like that. I did not cut this right, folks, because it's a little small, but that's okay. That's okay. I think it is. Maybe not. That's the card. Hello. And if you wanted to, oh, did I do it on this one? I didn't. I was going to say if you wanted to, you could put Wink of Stella on the inside here. But I love, oh, see, and this one's coming up. So I'm just going to put a little bit, a dot of glue like that. So one thing you got to be careful when you're doing this is make sure you get adhesive on all of the strings. I love this. I've actually seen it put on top like of a shaker card, and the gems used as the shaker, and it was really, really pretty. I really loved how it was done. So that is, oh, Ellen loves it. Actually, thank you, Miss Ellen. I'm glad you like it. So that is the card. And then the inside, thank you. All right, folks, that's me. If you have any questions, please never hesitate to ask. I'm here to answer all your questions, and I hope you have a great weekend. All right, take care, ladies. Happy stamping, and we will talk to you again soon.